rhinos?
It's a Conspiracy is a proud member of the Alberta Podcast Network, locally grown and community supported. For a list of other fun programming, please check out the albertapodcastnetwork.com, where you can find shows like I Don't Get It.
All right, so we are at episode 11, The Regulator. This is our Mandalorian Special, and we've got a special guest, and it's all special in our hearts. So welcome back, everyone, to It's Conspiracy. This is the podcast where we lay out the beliefs behind select conspiracy theories, alternative accounts, legends, myths, and more. I'm your host, Andrew, and I do not claim to be an expert on anything we are going to discuss today, and will probably be wrong about everything as usual because I'm on the brink of throwing my computer out the window and laughing as it smashes on the ground. I'm also scrimping and saving for a new one, so I'm kind of stuck with it for the time being. But yeah, getting a new computer, this is a big thing. It's been a while since I've had this level of anticipation in my life. Like, do you guys like anticipating things?
I love it.
Yeah, it's
best thing ever, man. Remember what happened with Titanic?
If you'd like to see where we dug up whatever joyful bounties we're going to discuss today, then please check out the episode description. Charlie, like a champ, patrols the outer rim in his little spaceship looking for a new score, and we appreciate his efforts or whatever. Lastly, we are a proud member of the Alberta Podcast Network.
Or whatever.
Yay, team.
It's like you prepare all this stuff, and then all of a sudden it's just like throws it off the cliff.
Or whatever, yeah. You know,
Yeah, whatever.
we appreciate it. We try to keep it real, you know? You can check us out online at our website, itsconspiracypodcast.com. Our Twitter account, at Is It A Conspiracy, that's run by the Irish Madman. Our Facebook group, the Instagram page, It's Conspiracy Podcast, that's run by Greg. Our email, and our Patreon page, patreon.com/It's a Conspiracy.
It's a conspiracy.
Wow, that might have been the worst one we've done in some time.
I was not prepared for that.
I think we all guarantee that like at least one of us is out of line. You know?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's okay. Joining the online distance communication time today is gorgeous Greg, charming Charlie, and smiling Dan Shessel, who is here to settle an old debt.
Dan!
Come to get paid. These clone troopers will smile with delight. They will smile with delight as you shake shiny things at them, and they will interject as they see fit. Now, Charlie, with a hell's yes or a hell's no, can you tell me if you've heard of any of the following theories?
Give her.
Number 1, 10 fun facts about Boba Fett.
Hells yes.
Okay. Number 2, 10 theories on where the Mandalorian Season 3 might go.
Ooh, let's say hells no.
Okay. And what are we testing final round with Dan and settling the debt from Season 2?
Hells yeah.
Hells yes.
Okay, all right, here we go. Yeah. Subject number 1, 10 fun facts about Boba Fett.
You can't beat me. I'm Boba Fett. I'm the greatest bounty hunter ever. Oh, yeah.
Charlie, spoiler warning.
Hey, man, if you haven't seen all of The Mandalorian yet, you might want to wait to check out this episode.
Okay. Yeah, Boba Fett, the OG Mandalorian, a fan favorite that we have kicked aplenty due to his baffling incompetency in the original films, has now been completely redeemed by Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni and is truly the awesomest. Seeing him carving through stormtroopers in that one episode of The Mandalorian is definitively the best thing he's done on film, period. Kaboom! Here are 10, maybe 10, fun facts about Boba Fett. Number 1, Boba Fett is... His first appearance, which is awful, is in the ridiculous Star Wars Holiday Special. We did a little bit on that last year, and recently the four of us with some other friends watched it in its entirety.
Oh boy.
It's amazing the series continued after that abomination. Like, that was... it is so bad.
I would be willing to forgive a lot of things if he were just more of a major character.
Mm-hmm.
That movie, I don't even know what to say about that thing. Yeah. It was the single worst thing we've watched. And we've watched some pretty bad crap in there.
It certainly was.
This is an opinion time, and I am sorry I started an opinion time early.
Yeah, that's.
We can interject with this. I mean, that is definitely the worst thing. Like, oof.
That's not an opinion. That's fact.
Yeah. That's a science. That's a science.
That's science.
Yeah.
That may be fact to us, but opinions to others. So,
Number 2, Boba Fett was originally a Mandalorian, but his origin was altered by George Lucas for Greg's favorite Star Wars movie, Attack of the Clones. Previous to that story coming out, it was always assumed that he was a regular Mandalorian who had taken to being a bounty hunter after his people were wiped out by the Jedi during the Clone Wars. It wasn't explained that he was a clone himself, and now he's perhaps maybe not a real Mandalorian. They kind of threw that out there. And it raises the question of why Jango Fett offered to be the prototype for the clone soldiers if his people were under attack by the Republic. So it's like, we're in the middle of a war, and hey, I'll be the prototype for all these clones. A clone DeLorean. Number 3, Boba Fett we all know he was the only unaltered clone from Jango Fett, but it's not readily mentioned that he wasn't given any of the mental modifications that would have resulted in the clones doing things like initiating Order 66. He's free to make his own choices, like the girl who moved to the big city in Coyote Ugly. Dan's
Andrew's favorite movie, yeah.
That's not that's Dan's favorite movie. He's got the poster right behind him.
It's groundbreaking.
Yeah, that's what I got. Grogu behind me.
Number 4.
Cowboy hat and heels.
Oh, man.
He could break that dance floor.
Number 4, Boba Fett he probably suffers from PTSD after seeing his father behelmeted by the fabulous Mace Windu in the only bit of live action that Sam Jackson did in the entire prequel trilogy. This, as Greg pointed out last season, is why he's so clumsy and oopsie doodles when Luke Skywalker whips out his lightsaber on Jabba's barge. So he sees the lightsaber and he's like, "Oh, it's like that time," and
It's
then
like a flashback.
It's a flashback. So he's got the.
Would you not freeze? Maybe like if you cooked a turkey and it came out in flames.
That's why he's all like, "Gotcha, whoop, my blaster." Yeah. No, number 5, Boba Fett was almost the main character in a mystery canceled game project called 1313 that, according to the small bits of gameplay revealed, would have been a first-person shooter and may have featured Darth Maul and old Boba having a showdown.
I love those old Western shoot downs.
Why no?
So yeah, Dan, have you heard this before? 1313.
I've never heard of 1313 before.
It was a canceled project, and your main character would have been Boba Fett, and like there's a bit of gameplay online. Charlie, can you able me for some share time?
It's sharing time with Andy. I mean, it would have been a pretty sweet game.
Totally. And Boba Fett is the main guy.
Style.
Like that's there's a gold mine there of people being like, I want to play Boba Fett. I want to be Boba. You definitely.
Well, they tried so hard to redeem him over the years, right?
They definitely did.
Try to keep bringing him back somehow, and they're trying to make him better.
Yeah, and we'll talk about it in one of the other points there, but I don't think George Lucas realized. He seems kind of clueless at the best of times, but I don't think he realized what he had on his hands there. Okie doodle. Here we go.
What year are we talking?
Very recently.
Oh.
2013 it was canceled. Which might have been the year that Lucasfilm was purchased by Disney.
Transports in my time. This has got to be the saddest rust bucket I've ever set foot in.
I've seen worse. Hell, I've lived in worse.
Hell, I am worse.
Where we're going? Why aren't we taking your ship to get there? I mean, is this thing even armed?
We needed something less obvious, like a standard cargo ship.
Here's a little bit of actual.
Give me a hand with this guy! Hey, top speed detonator. Time to tilt things back in our favor.
The escape pod? What are you doing?
This guy's taking the express.
Pretty exciting. So looks good. Like Dan, what do you think about that as the resident game guy?
That looked amazing.
Yeah.
I did hear of a Star Wars game that they did cancel. It must have been this one.
That was the one, and I don't know why it was called 1313. And I didn't see. It was later confirmed that Boba Fett was the main guy, but I didn't see him there unless one of those.
Yeah,
guys.
he was definitely not in that clip.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious if they use that game assets later on for something else.
Yeah, and I guess you could have been, because the theory for a while was that you could be Darth Maul, but then it came out there it was going to be you could be Boba Fett, and then you get you get to fight Darth Maul. So excitement. Number 6, Boba Fett it's never properly been revealed how he escaped the Sarlacc pit, and I hope it is left a mystery, personally. George Lucas said years later, in the case of Boba Fett's death, had I known he was going to turn into such a popular character, I probably would have made it a little bit more exciting. So he's like, I didn't know anybody liked the guy. George.
Are you sure that they didn't explain how he got out? I thought the thing was that he found a spoon down there and then he just like tunneled out like you would in a tunnel out of a prison or something like that.
He found a spoon and
he found a spoon
out of the Sarlacc.
Then he put a poster over front so that the Sarlacc couldn't see that he was digging all the time, and he just dug his way through and up.
Yeah, maybe.
Nice. The whole point of the Sarlacc was that it like takes so long for it to digest anything, right?
Yeah.
It never really made a whole lot of sense. Like, it didn't seem like that painful of a death anyways. Like, it was one of those things you like end up in the stomach and you probably just die of old age before the digesting gets to you.
Okay, number 7. Boba Fett Mark Hamill suggested that the character be revealed in Return of the Jedi to be Luke's mother. This was obviously before the whole twin sister element was discussed and would have been an interesting parallel to the father reveal of The Empire Strikes Back. So Mark Hamill was like, George, old buddy, old chum, why don't we make Boba Fett me mum? And George Lucas was like, I've got plans for you already. Remember that girl you made out with? That's your sister.
Yeah, wouldn't that be funny if they just put his whole main family as all of the people, right?
Yeah.
Turns out Han Solo's really his twice removed cousin.
Yeah. Chewbacca?
What are the chances?
That's your uncle.
Chewbacca's an uncle.
Your uncle.
Yeah.
Number 8, Boba Fett is George Lucas like the angle of the Family Destiny reveal, and in early drafts of the prequel trilogy, which are crap, he considered making him Anakin's younger brother. That was seen a little too convoluted by the master of overly convoluting things and wisely written out. So his original plan was, I think Boba Fett should be Anakin's little brother. There's too much going on there.
Again, too many family ties.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so all that Destiny crap, forget it. Just he's a guy. He's just a guy. Number 9, Boba Fett the original plan for Revenge of the Sith was to have a young Boba Fett somehow kill Mace Windu. And apparently there is concept art of the idea and would have again featured Mace being thrown from a building. So maybe he should have been called Mace Window. Am I right? Come on. I'm sure that joke has been made a couple times. Number 10. Boba Fett the original action figures of Boba Fett in the package are most valued by collectors above all of the original Star Wars figures. The one in particular is the infamous actual shooting rocket that would shoot a small plastic missile out of his back and blind all of the children. So these bits of plastic fetch upwards of $50,000 on the markets. And this only compounds my grief over losing Boba Fett in the sandbox at the Barnes house when I was a kid. It's probably still there being slowly digested over 1,000 years. So, it's there waiting for someone to dig it up and sell it on the internet.
No, it dug it dug itself out with this spoon that it found.
Charlie, enough of the damn spoons.
Grab me one more spoon.
And that's 10 fun facts about Boba Fett.
Was it 10?
It was 10.
You numbered a bunch of them.
10. And they were all fun. And that's, there we go. Who did the last one? Greg, what are we drinking, Greg?
What are we drinking?
Ooh, what are we drinking? Well, I was honored with a new job today. So I am actually having a Heineken, which my brother went out and bought for a little celebration. Thank you.
Nice. Congratulations. Yay. That's very fantastic. Ooh. Yeah. Dan, have you got some? We didn't really talk about this, but we usually do a little thing. But do you have something there that
I do actually.
Uh-oh.
I have Revelstoke.
Mm.
Oh, right. Why can we talk about that now?
Dangerous.
Now, where did you get said Revelstoke from?
Oh, there was a a bet I had made with one Andrew Scott.
Yeah.
And it was dropped off at my door today. And so
refresh my memory. What was the bet?
Yeah, what was the bet? Yeah.
the bet was...
Yeah, go ahead.
Is Boba Fett going to make it into the next season?
And their reaction is...
Boba Fett is...
He made it into the next season. Come on,
Sure
Andrew.
did. So my thought was Temuera Morrison, who plays Boba Fett, was like, he also played like a billion other people, and I'm like, they're playing with us. He's gonna be someone else that they think it's Boba Fett, but it's not actually him. Turns out he was the real deal, the real Boba. So yeah.
And he's a badass in the new season.
Oh man, like so good, cracking helmets and just shooting missiles out of his knees.
So
like just
would I be too far to say that like you guys don't want to continue this bet, as in you find out that he is actually a clone and not the real Boba Fett?
Well, but this is what I was saying. Like, I thought maybe that there would be like some toying with it in some way, but like he's like, no, this is my dad's armor. It's like it's geared to only work for me, and here's like my lineage. Like they were pretty conclusive.
Which sounds pretty cool for a clone, you know. Just saying.
That sounds like something a clone might say.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if it does turn out like in the next season, like way down the road, if it does, then 2 bottles will head back towards Andrew.
Oh, okay, Dave.
Double down.
I'm all right with that. Yeah.
Exactly what I was looking for. Perfect.
I got 1 bottle here, so
Yeah. Have you had that before, Dan? It's
no, I have never had this. This will be the first.
It's actually really good.
yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that is
He
nice.
says.
It is nice, right? Yeah, it's from BC. Is there a little blurb on there, Dan? If you want to.
There is a little blurb on here.
Oh,
Is there a blurbin?
To the miners of life, purveyors of good times, celebrators of joke and laugh, it's time to think beyond serious, beyond straight faces and snarled lips. There's revelry to be had. Now here is the moment, wherever this moment may be. Let's stoke.
Let's Rebel Stoke.
Let's Revel Stoke.
Revel stoke.
Yeah. The Revel Stoke is a place in BC. Makes real nice. I keep wanting to say whiskey, but is that a spiced whiskey?
It is a spiced whiskey.
Yeah. Which when I first heard about that, I was like, spiced whiskey. That sounds real nasty, but it's good stuff. Yeah.
No,
and the store didn't have they didn't have bullet bourbon, which is Greg's breakup bourbon, so I went with a Revel Stoke instead.
Is that the reason why? We were wondering why it wasn't bullet.
Yeah. I
So
know.
pretty much like if you can't find bullet bourbon, any bourbon will do.
That's true.
That just happens to be the one that Aaron broke my heart on.
Oh, I'm sorry. Keep bringing that up.
My heart on. So
There might have been a lot of breakups.
Yeah, you really keep rubbing it in.
he keeps. It's like salt in the wound. Hey man,
Really driving it in
do you
there.
like Himalayan or do you like sea salt? Which is your favorite? You know?
I've got a nice little can here. It's called Doka Ebi. It's a Korean,
you got that one.
Yeah, a Korean rice beer, a Korean style rice beer made from the good people at Sea Change. And look at that can.
That's awesome.
Like just banging.
Andrew, can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Do you find Japanese beer, because it is rice based, taste a lot like Budweiser?
No, not at all. Yeah,
Really?
I think Budweiser tastes like crap, and Japanese beer for the most part is absolutely amazing. Oh yeah.
There it is.
Oh man, that is so good. That is very Japanese style. Like that's very. I don't know if I've ever had Korean beer before. Have you guys ever tried a Korean beer?
Not Korean. I've had a lot of Japanese beers.
Yeah, like Sapporo. This kind of has like a.
I was gonna say Sapporo might be my closest.
Yeah, you
I
can
like
definitely
Sapporo.
taste the rice influence. Like it does have a different kind of taste to it, but. There's a beer called Asahi. Oh, I'm sure you guys have. So Asahi has like I haven't seen it here, but they have a thing called Asahi Clear, and it's like super like light rice beer, and it has a very strong kind of ricey flavor to it. This reminds me a bit
Is
of
it
that.
anything like Pepsi Clear?
No, yeah, I don't even know why they call it clear because it's like a very bright yellow and just Anyways, it's good stuff. This is great, but once again, I went in and I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna get, and then I saw that design, and I'm like, never mind. That
Sells itself.
Yeah, sure do. All right, well, that's gonna take us to ad number 1.
Taproot publishes a weekly tech roundup, sharing local headlines and upcoming events to help you stay up to date on what's happening in Edmonton's tech community. It's curated by Emily Rendell Watson, host of Taproot Edmonton Presents Igniting Innovation, a new podcast series about Edmonton's tech innovation scene. Subscribe to the tech roundup for free at taprootedmonton.ca. You can also get an audio version of the tech roundup. Subscribe to the weekly 5-minute podcast at techroundup.taprootedmonton.ca.
Okay, subject number 2. Some fan theories on what will happen in season 3 of The Mandalorian. We are kind of getting a little Mandalorian specific, but we've been kind of talking about this amongst ourselves for a few months, and it's like, why not? Why don't we just do a little episode on this? I would assume that all of these predictions end up being wrong, but I mean, you never know, right? Previous to this, we were boy DeLoreans, and now we are Mandalorians. Hey? We all growed up. So fan theories are never right, except sometimes. And they're fun to discuss sometimes. And we can go ahead. Let's open the opinion cans. Whatever we think on this here, go ahead and let me know. Here are 5 fan theories about the future of the series. What, that sentence is hard to say. Here are 5 fan theories about the future of the series. Number 1, Din Djarin, which is the Mandalorian's real name, will claim the Mandalorian throne and show everyone who's boss. Perhaps his new enemy will be Bo-Katan. What do you guys think of that? Katie Sackhoff and him having a shoot down.
I mean, they're going to have some sort of a
shoot down
butt heads, aren't they? Of a shoot down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, she didn't like it. She didn't like the last emperor there, right?
Yeah, she wanted.
He already has the history of this behavior.
Mm-hmm. She wanted the Darksaber. Yeah. Right?
This is a Highlander thing right all over again.
Well, the funny thing is, she's like, "Go ahead and you take your helmet off. That's fine. Who cares about all those like religious rules?" And then she's like, "I can only be given the sword in combat. I can't just be handed the sword."
But she was handed the sword the last time.
Number 2. Boba Fett and Fennec Shand are in control of the Hutts now and are going to show everyone who's boss. Maybe they even love each other and are going to love one another. Oh, yeah. So what do we think about that? Boba Fett and Fennec Shand.
Well, I give my opinion.
They're king and queen. Is that what you're saying?
I'm stepping out. I'm stepping out on this one.
They're partners, and are they romantic partners?
I think that they're going to turn Boba's, Jabba's palace into a big swinger den. You know, they like to have sleepovers in that main room, anyways. So I think they're just gonna, instead of a big Sarlacc pit or whatever, a Rancor pit, maybe they're gonna have like a key bowl where you come in, you drop your keys in there, and at the end of the night, everyone leaves with a different set of keys. I think that's the sort of situation we're looking at here.
That sounds exciting. Number 3, we are going to find out that R2-D2 saved Grogu during Order 66. They seem to recognize one another, and if there is one underappreciated hero in the Star Wars universe, it's R2-D2. So maybe he saved Grogu, and that's why they seem to know each other. Unexplored.
That checks out.
Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah. Wasn't from my understanding, he was in the Jedi Temple at the time of the attack.
That's what people are saying, that Grogu would have been there and was somehow.
It was implied that he was there at the temple and that somehow he was rescued.
Number 4. There's a time jump. Grogu masters his powers. Some bad biz goes down, and he comes back to help the Mandalorian in some way. Perhaps they are reunited by the silver ball that Grogu likes so damn much, like a boss. So Mandalorian gets in trouble, and he's like, I know what to do, and he pulls out his silver ball, and it's like a beacon, and Grogu smashes through the window, lightsabers blasting, and chops up all the robots.
I like that, but I like it as he's aged to the point, Grogu's aged to the point of like a teenager now. So he's got an attitude. And
some long hair.
That's right. He's got some long hair and like a wallet chain.
He's going through a phase. Yeah, he's got the wallet chain.
Definitely going through a phase. Maybe a goth phase.
Yeah.
He's wearing the eyeliner.
Yeah. He's got a couple nose rings. I'm down for that.
That's what I think they're gonna do.
Yeah.
Number 5. Grogu is revealed to be the actual chosen one that the prophecy foretold. So people have long assumed it was Anakin who would restore balance to the Force, but he ended up being too busy getting his arms and legs chopped off in the volcano that one time. So a few things pointing to this are, he was born the same year as Anakin, He possesses a high midichlorian count. Unlike the little guys in their little robes, he was hidden during Order 66. He's clearly down with using dark side powers. He's throwing around stormtroopers in the one scene, and he even tries to choke somebody at one point. It was real quick, but he definitely
he did.
Grogu,
he tried to choke. He tried to choke. What's her name?
Not to mention that like
Cara
giant
Dune.
beast that was gonna attack like Jin and him.
Well, making something.
He tried to choke Cara Dune when they were doing the arm wrestle.
Oh, right.
In the bar.
Absolutely. And then, and the other thing was that Anakin didn't actually restore balance to the Force. He just kept getting his arms and legs cut off in the volcano that one time. So he was busy doing that, and so the prophecy didn't happen. So maybe
he wasn't a big deal.
Was about to happen.
He wasn't a big deal. He was mostly armless.
And that is that's some fan theories about the Mandalorian season 3. Yeah, fan theories are fun because you never know. You never know where it could go. It's totally conjecture, but every once in a while you stumble on something that's right. So
or maybe you stumble on something and then somebody over there sees it and they're like, "Hey, this guy's got a good idea. Let's do that."
Yeah. Oh, totally. I heard rumors about that for, I think it was the Tetris movie, where people were like, oh, the producers of the movie were like, you'll never guess what we're going to do with this movie. And then they were like, it got people on like Reddit being like, what are they going to do with the movie? And they'd have these conversations about it. And the producers would go and like
writing it
That's
down.
That's a good idea. Like just kind of geek mining. So subject number 3, what are we testing with Dan Shessel?
What are we testing?
Shoot down style. He's got his bottle of Revelstoke, and he's Revel stoked to be here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick tally of our scores here. So after one round, Charlie has 100 Imperial credits. After one round, Greg has 0 Imperial credits. After my second round, I have 100 Imperial credits. And that lovable scamp, Kyle Marshall, after one round has 150 Imperial credits. So wouldn't it be just a damn shame if he ends up winning this thing?
No, he's disqualified because he's not here for the second round.
So the only person that's done 2 is me so far.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do today is Charlie, Greg, and Dan. You guys are going to get a chance here. And yeah, best of luck to you guys. So I guess we can go ahead. Charlie, do you have your electro randomizer with you?
Oh, I got to start up the robot.
Okay, we've got CDG. And Charlie, you could win this thing home today. You could take home a brand new car.
3-peat.
Which is 3 for 3. So in our first season, Dan, Charlie won the rib cook-off. Mm-hmm. He voted for himself and rigged the entire thing.
I didn't rig it. There was no rules that
there was no rigging. Unfortunately, those ribs were 5 points apiece.
Yeah,
come on, man. Swanson.
Little sus.
They were Swanson ribs.
In the second season,
they were all edible. There were no leftovers.
That's right.
In the second season, we tested what would go moldy the fastest, and Charlie's Little Debbie Swiss roll ended up being the survivor of that. I had a cheeseburger and fries from McDonald's. That went moldy right off the bat, if you can believe it. So, and we had an apple from 7-Eleven with Greg, and the Little Debbie Swiss roll managed to. That was disgusting. That whole thing. That's bringing back a lot of real troubling memories.
Nobody tried a Twinkie.
I couldn't find.
We were going to get Twinkies.
I was gonna, but I couldn't find one. That one.
Oh, really?
Think it's easy to find Twinkies.
Twinkies actually.
Oh, I know exactly where to find Twinkies.
I've seen
Twinkies
them.
Actually don't exist in Canada anymore. You can only find them in the States.
Not true. I've seen them.
No, I've bought them.
Yeah. You can get them.
Go to,
but they're not by Hostess. Like if they're
they are.
These are Twinkies. You have to get them. I think it's at Walmart. Okay, so Charlie, who's up first here?
Let's find out.
Okay.
Greg's
up first. Okay, here we go. All right, so Greg, you got your blindfold.
I love the noise.
Oh, nice.
Is that a mask?
Does this work?
That'll work.
Yeah,
you bet. Okay, now just remember to. Oh, never mind. You're doing. Are you doing sour soothers again?
I am, mainly because it's the same sour soothers.
Okay, so go ahead and hold up the 3 and let us know what color they are.
They are purple and red. We'll go with red. Second one will be say yellow and green, and third one will be orange and green. Okay, here we go. Number 1. You guys see it?
Yep.
Yellow and green.
Okay.
Okay. See it?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Green. And number 3.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You guys see the color?
Yep.
That's a yes.
Yep.
Okay. Purple and red. So like purple or red, whatever colors you guys like for that.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Charlie,
right.
who's up next?
It's Dan.
It's Dan. Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
All right.
All right,
so
Dan, what are we going to do here, buddy?
I got because we are recording this just after Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
I have this beautiful gingerbread house.
Oh, look at that. That's amazing.
Look at this. Like, it has got shit all over it.
It's beautiful.
So what I'll do is you can't see the green ones, so you'll know which one.
It's green screen.
Okay.
Green.
They're Grogu beans.
Oh, that is hilarious. Yeah, the green ones are they're blended.
invisible. Like that's green, right? So what I'll do is I'll blindfold myself and try to. I think you guys can tell what color most of these are.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
that
So what
from
I'll do is I'll
blue?
pick something at random because I have actually just. This is
You're good.
which was random.
Yeah, you go ahead. Yeah, you're
And then
fine.
you want just 3? Is that what?
Just
we're doing?
3. Just
Yeah,
pick 3, and you can be like, "That's a chimney. That's a window."
I kind of don't want Dan to do this because if he beats all of us and he didn't even try on the
No,
first
I
try,
really just
I'm
have
very
I don't know
upset
where my
about
mic is
this.
right now. Okay, I'm just gonna. I got my eyes like slammed shut.
you're good.
My
You're good.
hat down over my face. So
Oh, I love this.
I'm gonna grab. I don't know. Can you see that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And
That tastes like red.
Okay.
Definitely red.
We're gonna see where your taste buds take you.
Let's go with one of these things.
you pull it off with your hands, Dan. Usually, like however.
Well, some of these are really stuck on pretty good.
Well, your kids are
What-
Okay.
great.
All right.
Hold on. Well,
You-
Oh, no, wait.
Practice round. Yeah, here's number
It's gone.
2.
They're gone.
It's gone. All right, number 2.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, you got it on?
Yep.
No, I got the other one still in my mouth.
Take your time.
Oh well. Oh whatever.
Hey man, nobody's waiting on us. They're gonna fast forward.
that's
and
orange.
They're gonna listen to us. So
That's 100% orange. Okay. And final one. Let's take. Oh, look at that! It just fell off.
can you?
I'm pretty sure this is one of the the rockets,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is the worst kind because they all taste like sugar.
Yeah.
Maybe purple. I don't even know if there's a purple rocket on there.
Yeah, man. Rockets. There is no difference. There's a difference in color. Those taste the exact same. But
Andrew, you're not supposed to help.
You know what? That might actually be purple. Yeah. All right.
is that your final answer?
That's final. Yeah.
okay.
All right.
Charles.
Oh.
You're next.
Sure.
Well, what does the randomizer say? We might as well just try it out to make sure.
Oh shit! It's me.
Oh, Charles. Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
Who'd have thunk it?
Okay.
It's me.
So originally, I was gonna do dinosaurs, but when I went to look at our stock of dinosaurs, there was only 3 left, and 2 of them were green, and 1 of them was red. So I had to do a quick pivot, and I found fruit snacks. There's a purple one.
Okay.
Now, what fruit snacks are we talking about? Mozzas?
Are
Fruit snacks?
Welch's
Welch's
Okay.
Little
Purple
gummy
one.
snack time.
orange and red. Purple, orange, and red.
Okay.
Now this time I've gotten a better blindfold.
Oh.
Yeah, no need to pull your shirt over your head this time.
No hockey fights here, pal.
And honestly, we've talked about this before. Charlie, you probably could just take your glasses off. That'd be more than enough.
It's not. It's true. It's true. Okay, here's the first one. Wait, can you see it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Can you hold it closer to your nose?
My nose?
No, a little bit farther away. A little bit closer. A little bit farther.
You
that's
son
good.
of a gun. Good? You got it?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that one, that was orange. It tastes a little orangey.
Okay.
Some orange dye.
Is that your final answer?
Yep, that's it. Orange. I'm going.
He's going hard.
Just die number 6.
Orange dye number 6, I could tell.
All right.
Favorite
Okay.
one. Can you see this one?
Okay.
Yep.
Good?
Yep.
Okay. I think maybe grape? Purple. What color is grapes? Grapes are purple. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Here's the last one. Got it?
Okay.
Okay. Process of elimination. I'm gonna say red because process of elimination. And I didn't even do the thing where I guessed purple 3 times.
Good. So you're saying that's
Red. Fire engine red.
Okay.
okay. Okay. that is going to take us to ad number 2. The Well Endowed Podcast by the Edmonton Community Foundation, hosted by Andrew Paul and Elizabeth Bonking, produced by Lisa Pruden. This podcast explores the impact of passionate people who are working to make Edmonton a strong, vibrant city to live in. Subscribe at thewellendowedpodcast.com. That's thewellendowedpodcast.com.
Opinion time, opinion time. Hey everybody, it's opinion time.
In lieu of a regular opinion time, we've kind of been sharing our opinions this entire time, which is great. That's what opinions are for, is to be shared amongst friends like a charcuterie board. Now, the results of this are going to be, so, for Greg, choice number 1, you picked yellow.
I did.
The green-yellow one.
Right. Now, Charlie, was that correct?
That was correct.
Okay.
50 points, baby.
Well, for number 2, you picked yellow, and it was, in fact...
No, but I picked 2 colors.
You said yellow. Okay, so you got the second one.
That's not fair. I've had to pick 2.
Number 3, you picked red, and it was, in fact, Charlie, what color was it?
That was red.
Red. Good stuff. Greg, you are sitting on 100 Imperial credits.
Does that mean
Charles?
Does that mean he moved into the lead?
Oh, no.
We're tied.
Oh, we're tied, okay.
Okay, now, Dan, number 1, you picked red, and it was, in fact, green.
It's true.
Number 2, you picked orange, and it was, in fact, orange.
Hey,
he's on
Number
the board.
3, purple rocket, I think it was. And it was, in fact, a purple rocket.
Hey!
As far as I could tell, anyways.
Yeah, no, that looked purple to me, too.
That was legit, yeah.
There you go. So 2 out of 3, you got 100 Imperial credits. That's not bad.
God, we're all tied up here.
We're all tied up.
Charles.
Yep. And then Charlie, like a gangbuster. Now,
Let's
this was a
do
little
this.
hard for me. Okay, so Charlie, for your first one, you picked orange.
Yes.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
I can't remember it already.
Now, from what I could tell on my end, it was in fact orange. Yes. And we're gonna come back to this though. Number 2, you picked purple. It was
Okay.
purple. It was in fact purple. Yeah, totally.
that was
Number
definitive.
3, you picked red, and it was in fact.
Check
It
notes.
looked to me like the orange one, so I couldn't tell, man.
Shit, we're gonna have to go.
We need an instant replay.
What we don't because you
I'm
got the
pretty
purple
sure
one.
from the way the color correction is on his. The orange one was the lighter one. When he went back and talked about all the different
Here,
colors,
I can,
I think he actually got them all right.
You think you got
I
it
think
right?
The darker one was the red one, which is the one that he's.
We don't need
So-
Charlie to win again.
Can you hold them up one more time, Charlie, just so
Yeah.
we can see?
just
Because that's
the 2.
the 2 look really similar.
Yes,
Okay, can you
Orange
hold up
and
the
red.
purple?
orange looks yellow.
Okay, yeah. So either way, you got the purple one correct.
Boom.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So you've either got 250 Imperial credits or 150
What?
Imperial credits, but either way,
You win.
you've just won your 3rd bottle of Greg's breakup bourbon. So I don't know how this is happening. Dan, Charlie is taste. He can't taste the thing. He's got problems.
You don't know that.
His tongue doesn't work.
Kaylee, if you could become behind the curtain and let us know that you were telling him what it is, that'd be cool.
Unreal. Yeah. So what it is that Charlie is smell. What is your preferred term for this, Charlie?
Smell blind.
Smell blind. Okay, so Charlie's smell blind, and science, if you believe in science, says if you can't smell, then you can't taste. So Charlie's tongue shouldn't work, but it clearly does.
Oh, it does.
He's defying science, so maybe there is no such thing as science.
I think we've been lied to
Science
the
is
entire time.
You think that I've been pulling a Griff the whole time?
100%.
The Earth is flat.
100%. 100%. You slammed into some like manure, the colors of the things that I eat. I don't know.
Wow.
Well, what is clear is that Charlie.
You are 100%. Yeah, you've been won this one.
Nailed it.
What is clear is that Charlie can taste the rainbow. In fact, yeah, he can taste the rainbow. Okay, well, flamethrower that dark trooper, and then stab him right through the neck with your Beskar spear, and then get the other one sucked out of the airlock before they take over the ship. Wasn't that a great time? You bet your ingots it was. Now, we really do appreciate you stopping by for a listen. Please feel free to rate, review, subscribe, tell a friend, tell your neighbor, tell your foes. This is the way. This is the way. You can check out all of our past casts and social media stuff at itsconspiracypodcast.com, and we'll see you later on this month for episode 11, in which we discuss air fryers. That's
air fryer special.
That's the air fryer special. So we're talking air fryers. Thanks again, Dan, for joining in on this, and it's been a lot of fun. And yeah, man, you're always welcome to come by, and it's good that you brought the judicial approach again, because you were like last time, you're like, this is the winner, this is the loser.
Yeah, I'm just happy to be on board.
Happy to be aboard. Yeah,
Dan, we love you, and so glad you're here.
We'll include a picture of the gingerbread village that Dan is currently holding up. Yes. Thank you so much for listening, and take care.
Bye.
See you never.
Yep.
Big iron. Don't you try to match the Mando with the big iron on his hip. The big iron on his hip.
I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold.
Sword.